Hi, my name's Heston. I'm on the Waitrose channel and I'm going to show you how to make roast potatoes that will be the centerpiece of any roast. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas Day, Boxing Day, Sunday lunch, everything waits for the potatoes. The meat can be cooked in advance, the fish can be cooked in advance, the veg can be cooked in advance. When the potatoes are ready, they're ready. The ideal thing for me is to have a very light, fluffy center and a glass-like, crunchy exterior. They're amazing. They're the centerpiece of any roast, whether you eat meat or not. This is how you make roast potatoes the way I like them. First, you have to peel them. Then, the next stage is to cut them. It's important that you give enough corners, because the corners are where you're going to get a lot of crunch. If the potatoes are too small, you can cut it into 4, but these are going to be mostly crunchy. What I've done here, I've put a colander over a bowl. Leave the water running. Can you see the water now is cloudy? In 5 minutes time that water will be clear, and what's happening there is the water is actually rinsing the starch out of the potatoes. If you keep too much starch in, you won't get that lightness and that glass-like crunch. Now, as you can see, the water is now running a lot more clear. Put the water, I don't put any salt in the water with the potatoes. Bring the water up to a light boil, which is always confusing. The easiest way to show you is about this. Look at this. The water's turbulent enough to start moving the potatoes around. They start bashing into each other, and then just leave them like this until they start to break up, but be brave. This first cooking stage is absolutely vital. We've washed most of the starch off the potatoes. Now I want to cook these until they start to crack, and all the little fissures are where the oil will go into the potatoes. There's no kind of exact measurement for this, but you have to leave the potatoes until they're just about to fall apart. But if they do fall apart, then you don't get roast potatoes, you get mash. And don't kill me if you're too brave, please. It sounds a bit bizarre, but you're trying to evaporate the water from the potatoes, which seems counterproductive when you're putting potatoes into water. So these have been on for roughly 30-35 minutes. See this potato here? It's been boiling in water, but you can see how dry it's becoming. Now, just carefully, I think I might have taken just about as far. These are going to be fantastic. You have to be very, very careful. Just put them on a tray. Do not throw them onto the tray because they will just completely and utterly break up. In the next 2 minutes, you will see these potatoes will start to harden up. The last stage is the easiest stage of all. This is where all the hard work has been done. If you're cooking this for Christmas lunch, you can do this the day before, up to this point, completely. Stick them in the fridge and then just finish them off on Christmas Day. Okay, so now the potatoes are cooling down and they're getting ready to be really beautifully crisped up. Whenever I do roast potatoes, I use olive oil. Because it's Christmas, and because I can, I'm going to add some beef dripping. Beef dripping will make the potatoes go really, really crispy. I know this is not a vegan recipe, but it's very simple. If you're a vegan, put it down and use more olive oil. So because I've got beef dripping in here, I'm putting the roasting tray on the heat just to melt the fat. Use more fat than you need, because then the potatoes with all the cracks in will soak up the fat they need, and the rest of it you can use for something else. So be more generous, and then this is a really important thing for getting beautifully crisp, glass-like, crunchy potatoes. So now, if you look at these potatoes, even the bits of potato that are really delicate, they've gone harder. Give them a very just delicate coating in oil. Then, the most complex step of all. Pan, in, door, close. Ready to start my Christmas lunch. Glass of champagne. Okay, so the length of time in the oven also is going to change depending on the potatoes. It can be anywhere from between 50 minutes to an hour and a half. I would suggest turn them every 20 odd minutes. Okay, so now, this is at the point where most people would think, wow, beautiful roast potatoes. So just like when cooking them in the water, and you think, I must take them out, they're gonna fall apart, do the same thing here. Take them 20 minutes further than you would think that they need to be cooked for. So in 20 minutes time, I'm gonna add rosemary, thyme, garlic, and then boom, hopefully. Okay, so now, at last, good things come to those who wait. So all I need to do now is just finish with some salt, very important. Into the bowl. So if you look at this crust, it's juicy, it's crispy, it's got a glass-like crunch to it. At this stage, I would put this into my mouth, but I think I would burn my tongue. Oh, no, stuff it, we're gonna try it. Actually, does Christmas dinner need anything else? So, for me, whatever you're having at Christmas lunch, it's all about this. This is the star of the show.